mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts. How do we like our martial arts? We like them drafted! Woo! What's up, y'all? My name's Jed Mashu, MMA Fighting, great website. And we got something really special for you today. That's right, I'm talking about the first ever MMA Fighting fantasy draft. Now, if you're a longtime listener of this pod network, watcher of our YouTube channel, reader of our website, which you should be if you're not, get on that. But if you are, you might be thinking to yourself, don't they do this every April, like around the NFL draft? Yes, we do, but this one's going to be a little different. We're doing something different this time around, but I'll get to that in just a moment, because before I do, I got to introduce the people who are drafting with me today. It's the A-team. It is the crew that does the drafting here in this wonderful establishment of ours. I'm talking, of course, about the King of the North. Not my best friend, but I'm making a case for it. Mr. Alexander K. Lee.
I'm back, guys. I am so back. I'm sure some people were wondering why my beautiful face had not been on any like preview shows or things like that, or my voice on podcasts. I took a couple weeks off for some personal matters. Maybe I'll update people on social media. It's all positive stuff, guys. Nothing bad. All positive stuff. Awesome things happening in my personal life. And I just need a couple weeks off to take care of that. But I am back. I missed all of you. I missed the listeners. I missed the viewers. Of course, I missed my fellow MMA effers. And this fantasy draft idea sounds crazy. I have no idea what I'm doing, Jed. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't mean just in life. That's a whole other thing. But I mean, I don't fantasy draft. I've never played fantasy football. I played fantasy basketball. The last time was at least 17, 18 years ago. I'm not a big fantasy sports guy, but you laid this out pretty nicely, and I think I might kick some serious ass today.
I mean, that's the Prince of Positivity for you right there. And don't worry, you don't have any idea what you're doing. None of us do. This is about to be really wild. But your best friend is also joining us, the voice of the MMA Fighting podcast and video network. I'm talking about my golfing brethren, the esteemed Mike Heck.
Hello, everybody. I'm wearing a Patriots hat, and
today.
hopefully it's Boston Mike. I might get a little angry. I might talk a little crap, but hopefully my team will be better than the New England Patriots will be this year. But it'll be fun to watch them, and it'll be fun to draft with all of you guys. I'm very excited to be here.
Mike, you almost didn't get invited after you ruthlessly stole Alex Pereira from me in the promoter draft in April, but we opted to allow it. And rounding out our panel, we're only doing 4 drafters this time around, keeping it tidy. The associate deputy editor, whatever his title is, the best goddamn writer in all of mixed martial arts. I'm talking, of course, about Shaheen Al-Shadi.
What's up, y'all? Oh man, I am very, very excited for this. I am woefully underprepared. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. I think I have a strategy. It might be a terrible strategy. I might be completely out to lunch, or it might be brilliant. I don't really know what's about to happen, but I'm very excited for it. Also, I got to say, I quite like the show just sort of starting out with AK just explaining how awesome his life is. I feel like we just generally need to start out shows with AK just sort of be like, some really cool things happen, but I'm not going to let you know about it.
We took 2 weeks off work to just have a party and do wonderful things. I'm not even going to tell you guys what they were, but know that they were amazing. But we brought him back. We brought him back for this, guys, because I've been kind of noodling on this for a little bit and seemed like a really good time, because while we do the promoter draft in April, this is a fantasy draft. And I mean that in the exact sense of the word, because this Thursday, the NFL season kicks off. It's Ravens at the Chiefs. And as we're filming this, as everyone is watching this, there are fantasy drafts happening the world over to get prepared for this upcoming football season. And AK, you've never fantasy drafted, or you haven't in a very long time. We're doing it MMA style, and it's going to be real weird is the basic answer to this, because probably not a sport built for this, but we decided to do it anyway. So here's the pitch and here's the rules. And then because it's going to take us some time, we're going to hop right into it, fellas. Talk to you about the rules before everyone at home. We are drafting full MMA teams. That means 12 picks each for us. There's not a bench that's unnecessary. 1 for each weight class, heavyweight through flyweight for the men, and then women's bantamweight, women's flyweight, and strawweight. All of those. Plus, we're giving them, everybody gets 1 wild card pick. So 12 12-team rosters for all of us. You got to fill each roster slot. We're doing a snake draft with the 4 of us, and we've established a pretty clear point system for it. So we pull up the notes because it kind of went through some iterations, but the points are thus. You get 100 points for a win, 50-point bonus if the fighter you drafted gets a finish for that win, 20 points extra on top of that if it's a first round finish, and another 10-point kick if it's a second round finish. So a first round knockout win or first round submission win will net you 170 points. It's a pretty big haul. We're giving a 20-point bonus for a winner in a title fight. We're giving a 20-point bonus for a winner in a main event, a 50-point bonus for scoring a performance bonus, so either a performance or a fight of the night bonus, and then a 25-point bonus for any win over a ranked opponent. As you could probably tell in the talk of this, we're talking about performance bonuses. We are strictly talking about UFC fighters, and as such, we're using the UFC rankings. They're not as good as the MMA Fighting Global rankings, but we also have, a bunch of Bellator, a bunch of PFL people in there. We kicked around the idea of including them in this game, but frankly, that was a little more difficult than we were willing to pull off in the time frame we're doing. So at least for the first iteration of this, we're just doing it solo the UFC. Time till the end of the year. This is the 2024 draft. So it kind of functionally lines up with the NFL season as well, which many fantasy seasons will be ending first week of January thus. So we're playing it out through UFC events through the end of the year. It's 13 total events. Not all of them are fully booked, so there might be some guesswork. You have the option of strictly drafting fighters who have fights on the books, or you can get a little speculative, and that's pretty much it. 60 seconds will be the time for every draft pick. We've got a shot clock and everything. Before we get to draft order, are there any questions from any of y'all?
Is there a wheel?
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, there's a wheel. Casey? Oh, I also left this out.
Yeah!
Our esteemed producer, E. Casey Lyden, is on the 1s and 2s and going to make this look so much better than what I would do as he brings in, Casey, the wheel. As you can see, all 4 of us here, this will be our randomizer. This is how we will determine draft order. So, barring any other questions, because we don't want this to take 3 hours of time, we'll just hop right into this. This is your last chance to ask questions. Otherwise, we're going to jump in and you'll have to ask them while we're in live fire.
Let's do it.
Boom. Casey, let's determine our draft order as I spin the wheel of names.
Spin the wheel, make the deal.
First pick goes to... Oh!
The wheel man
Mike
himself.
Heck. Mike Heck is the
My best friend. Well
overall
deserved.
draft pick. You also got first pick in the promoters draft in April, did you not?
I don't know, but
Pretty
if
sure
I
you
did,
did. I was going to take Alex Pereira, and you took him as the ruthless man you are. All right, who gets
Wheels love
number
Mike.
2?
Mike loves wheels, and wheels love Mike.
Mike, maybe that's why Mike loves wheels. Pick number 2 goes to... Oh, yellow is the hot color right now. Alexander K. Lee taking
The best
number
friends.
2 here.
The best friends leading off.
great spin.
Shaheen, would you rather be 3 or 4? Which outcome are we rooting for here?
I honestly don't know at this point because I don't know if I have the right strategy for this.
That's the
I'll
thing I'm
take
really
what the wheel gives.
All right, let's see what the wheel does. I'm excited about the strategy thing because I don't think any of us probably has the same strategy. And it does appear, Shaheen, that you got number 3. So I will have the first wheel pick, and that's it, fellas. We've effectively done this. We'll remove it. I would be number 4. So it's going to be pretty simple, fellas. Mike, you will start us off. It'll go Mike to AK to Shaheen to me. I'll pick 2, go back to Shaheen, back to AK, back to Mike. Mike picks 2. We loop it through until we've all got 12 picks on the board. I am keeping track of what we've got, of where our selections are. It's a 60-second shot clock. If you can get off, give a quick blurb. The point of the 60 seconds is not to be a hard and fast rule, but more so we don't spend 3 hours doing this. And I'm excited to see where this goes. I went to a ton of different draft strategies. I settled on one. Don't know if it's right. I don't know who's going to be the first overall pick, Mike, but with that, the Mike Heck monsters are on the clock.
So I feel it's fitting to draft my fellow New Englander straight out of Danbury, Connecticut, the man who is about to defend the UFC light heavyweight title for the third time this year. He will do so in Salt Lake City, UFC 307. Alex Pereira, you're just going to be on all the teams, and you're going to be on this team as well. Congratulations.
Wow. The number one draft pick for both the promoter and the MMA fantasy draft. Makes sense, Mike. You're a man with a type, certainly.
Yes. I mean, let's get a guy who just goes out and boops people, and he's probably going to boop Khalil Roundtree, and lots of points will be coming my way, I think.
If he gets a first round knockout of Khalil Roundtree, that's 170 points plus a 20-point kick for the main event, plus 20 points for a title fight. So you're talking 210 with the chance of getting a performance bonus. I'm sorry, you're talking 235 because of the ranked opponent boost as well. It can be a major points earner if he comes out. If you can get something like that, you're going to shoot the moon very well. He was in my top tier draft pick, so great choice. And that takes us to Alexander Cayley. Your best friend, Mike, is going number 2.
Listen, Poetan, top 5 on my big board as well. Again, I'm using the same logic my best friend just used for his pick. I want all the points. My pick is a little bit sketchier because this fight is not official yet, but obviously I am going with the GOAT, the undisputed GOAT, who if you don't think he's the GOAT, you're frankly, you're a piece of shit. The man who is afraid of no one, who only takes on the biggest challenges, the biggest, most relevant challenges. And again, this is a guy, I think if this fight happens, he's going to get a finish over a ranked guy, all that stuff, title fight, blah, 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 blah. Let's do it. Let's go, John Jones.
Excellent pick.
Yeah, let's do it. It's happening. The fight's going to happen.
AK, for a very long time, I was concerned I was going to get on this thing that I created. And after everything I've said, pick John Jones with the first overall pick, and just the internet would never let me not hear the end of it. But I think it's an unbelievable pick. He's going to get an early finish in a title fight and score you a whole heck of a lot of points, unless he doesn't fight, which, I think he's going to fight. Great pick. Shaheen, as we move to you, is this what you were anticipating? I think, you seem the most unsure about where you're going. And you teased us beforehand that you've got a really wild first overall pick. You are now on the clock, Shaheen El-Shadi. Where are we going? Talk us through your feelings right now.
So I'm feeling a little confused right now because I hadn't even, looking at the rules, looking at the scoring system, I'm not going to lie, I hadn't put together all the multipliers in my head of like, oh yeah, this stuff actually matters. And hearing you lay it out completely changed my strategy now. And now I feel a little lost. My plan has gone out the window already. So I'm just going to go with a division that I think, I'm going to go with scarcity, essentially. I think there's probably, I'm not sure, but there's probably like 4 women's bantamweight fights for the rest of the year. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the one that I feel certain about would be a finish, feel dominant, feel like it's going to happen. Give me Kayla Harrison with my number 1 pick.
Excellent.
I mean, an exceptional pick.
I knew it.
Kayla Harrison was number 2 on my big board, actually. She was number 1 for a very long time and I thought there was a real chance I would get to wheel her. And it would have just been curtains for y'all. Which instead puts me in a very, very interesting place because as I'm on the clock, Casey, throw me up on the clock. I'm going to talk you through both my picks because they're pretty easy and they go aligned because they operate under the same theory. And the theory is this. You want to get somebody with a fight on the books because they're fighting. If you speculate on Alejandro Pantoja, maybe he does fight at 311 or whatever. Maybe he doesn't. You want someone with a fight on the books. You want title fights because of the bonuses you can get. And if there's a chance, a possibility that fighter in a title fight can win and then fight in the December show in case Conor doesn't actually do the whole fighting thing, that's where you want. And so with picks 4 and 5, I'm going to wheel the main event and the co-main event of the upcoming Noche UFC presented by Riyadh or whatever, UFC 306. I would like for my fourth pick, the number one selection for Team Mashu, give me the Sugar Show. Give me Sean O'Malley. And then for number 5, the first of the second round, give me Alexa Grasso. It hurts my heart to take her over my girl, Valentina Shevchenko. But the Bullet Train is a little older, a little slower. Grasso has, in my opinion, won both of their 2 previous fights, even though the second one was a draw and it had the weirdness. This just isn't getting better for Shevchenko. I think Grasso not going to get me one of those finishes, but if she can get me a title performance win, and then maybe she serves as the co-main event in a December show to a future somebody, I can get a little extra juice there. I think the only chance a champion has to fight twice in the remainder of this year is these 2 people. So I'm taking them with the wheel, and I'm feeling good about my position.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. Yeah, interesting.
And
That's interesting.
yeah, I thought I was going to wait on O'Malley for a little bit because I thought maybe I think he's going to beat Merab. I've come to the decision that he's not only going to beat Merab, he's going to do it stylishly. And so I thought I could get him as a sleeper, but I don't want to risk it. You got to get those championship contenders in there for that bonus. Give me 2 of them. And Shaheen, that puts you back on the clock.
That's interesting. It's interesting to see you take, because like both those fights are more or less pick'ems. So I could go easily. You could easily get 0 points out of your top 2 pick.
We could.
Well, no, but the point he gets, we should remind people, you're getting points just for them being
Okay.
in a title fighter main event,
My minute.
right?
I got my minute.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Petition to the commissioner to give me 20 seconds back.
Oh, please.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Commissioner.
I'm going to go. I think this is where I go out to lunch. I think that I'm probably wrong here, and I think that this is probably insane. But I'm just sort of looking at the board. I don't see a lot of title people left that I'm confident about. So I'm going to go back to my original thinking. I'm going to pick someone who fights right away. Someone who fights this week, the week this is coming out. And I think is going to win and maybe get another chance to fight again throughout the rest of the year. Get an early stoppage, give me a lot of points. Give me lightweight prospect Isaac Dolgarian, who is fighting Brendan Murat. I don't know how to say that man's name. On September 7th at UFC Vegas 97. Give me Isaac Dolgarian for a light.
I like it.
Is that a featherweight fight?
Ooh, this is a great question. I don't know. What is the date of this fight that's supposed to be happening, Sheen?
No, it's Wiki has a lightweight.
Okay.
Tapology says featherweight. I'm inclined.
I don't know what to do with it.
Let's go to the official UFC website.
I
Either
didn't
way,
anticipate this happening so early.
and either way, shouldn't Shaheen be allowed to choose which division? He can choose either one, right?
No, because they will have
featherweight fight according to the website.
Yeah, that'll change.
Yeah, it will change how his team breaks
Oh
it
no!
out.
Okay, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm only seeing featherweight, and he's never fought at lightweight apparently. So.
Yeah, UFC.com has featherweight.
Oh dear.
Okay, then that's my featherweight. I mean, Isaac Dolgarian.
Shaheen, because this is a live fire, we're free flowing here. We'll let you take that back, in part because I don't think Isaac Dolgarian was high on a lot of draft boards. So if you'd like,
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This might be.
I gotta tell you, I'm just gonna be honest with America right now. He's pretty high on my draft board.
Well, Shaheen, you're able to keep him and move him to a featherweight, or we'll let you refire entirely.
No, let's go. Let's keep it.
All right, keeping Dolgarian to featherweight.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
By the way, just for the record, as of right this moment, if this fight were to happen right now, Isaac Dolgarian will close as the biggest favorite in UFC history in this fight.
This is what you want.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
good.
what you want.
That is good.
I understand. I like the core concept there. I think is very, very solidly done. So totally reasonable choice. And if he does get a second fight in, that's a big opportunities there. This is. We were talking about this off air with Mike. This is the tight end hack for fantasy football. We're like, sometimes you just have to draft the tight end early, even though you wouldn't normally, because they get more points commensurate to other people. And so that's what we're doing here. So receiving running back Isaac Dolgarian in the second round. But that does put you back on the clock, AK.
Yeah, I'm playing it safe here. Again, I'm banking. I'm gonna bank, I think, some main event points, some title fight points. I'm not incredibly confident about the result of this, but I will go with Mr. Ilya Topuria. I think he can get me to 100 for the win as well. I highly doubt a finish, but get me 100 for the win. Again, 40 on the board just from the magnitude of the fight. Maybe a fight of the night, something like that. So maybe I get to sneak in some points there, but I'm playing it safe. Let's go with Ilya Topuria.
He was my number one rated featherweight and very high on my draft board as well. I think fight of the night is high. And if he gets the win, I mean, it's big opportunities there. So don't hate the pick at all. And Boston Mike, you're on the clock twice in a row now.
Well, I'm gonna begin with you know what? I'll save my tight end for the second pick, but I'm gonna go with a champion here. Basically, I'm going tight end kicker here. I'm going to go with the women's bantamweight champion, Raquel Pennington. We're just going to have UFC 307 on lock. I think she's going to, it may not be the prettiest, but I think she's going to go in there and beat Juliana Pena. So I feel pretty good about that. And then for my tight end pick, taking a page from Shaheen's book, where can you find the most value, but also get extra points on top of it? And Isaac Dolgarian's a great choice. But I think my pick's a little bit better because I have an unranked guy who is about to fight a ranked guy, and he's going to finish this man. And it's going to be vicious, and it's going to be nasty. This man is about to fight Matt Schnell at an upcoming UFC event.
You son of a biscuit.
You son of
So Alessandro Costa, flyweight, fighting number 11,
Great
Matt
pick.
Schnell. All the points.
He was my number 2 flyweight. I really like the pick a lot.
That is literally the only flyweight I had written down.
He was my number 2 flyweight. I think that was a very, very good choice. And that brings us back to AK. You're back up.
I am so unprepared. No, I mean, I'm prepared, but
Same.
It's weird. Like, now that I've got my top 2 picks, which I think were pretty safe, now I got to start thinking the way, you guys have. I'm gonna. The clock's ticking, right? The clock's. I'm not. Sure. Oh, I got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
You have a lifetime.
Yeah, I've got a lifetime. I need a finish, guys. I need a finisher, not just a winner. I need a finisher.
You need those touchdowns. You don't want a wide receiver who makes a lot of catches but never finds the end zone.
Okay.
You don't want the Julio Jones.
Go. Let's use my lightweight spot. Let's fill it out. Let's go. One Mr. Benoit Saint-Denis. Let's go Benoit Saint-Denis. Main event coming up in Paris. Renato Moicano, not an easy guy to put away, but I think he could do it. So again, a little bit risky, but a lot of chances for points here. So let's go BSD.
I think it's an exceptional pick. He was my number 1 ranked lightweight. Fight of the night odds are just so high. You're getting that performance bonus bump there, main event bump. I think that's an exceptional pick, AK. For a man who was waffling like you didn't know, I think you nailed it. Getting him in the third rounder, terrific. Do you have another Isaac Dolgarian in your back pocket this early, or are you waiting for the sleepers later?
I don't know. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now. I have a very short list, but this man is still on it, and I don't have another bantamweight fight that I highlighted. So I'm gonna go ahead and just snatch this up because I think there's a good chance he fights soon. He's probably gonna get a performance bonus. Probably maybe get a first round finish as well.
Oh boy!
Give me the youngest UFC fighter on the roster. Give me Raul Rosas Jr. showing out in the sphere for my band.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
I was taking him next. He was going to go, even though I already have a bantamweight in O'Malley, he was going to slot into my wild card. There was no questions asked. That is a terrific pick.
Put 100 points on the board, Shaheen. Put 100 points on the board. That is
more than that. He's going to get a bonus. So put the bonus points on the board as well. And then very real chance he fights one more by the end of the year. I think that's a lot of value that Shaheen has found.
Love it.
But that gives me the wheel. And now things get interesting. So I'm looking at my draft board right here. I have extensive notes written, fellas. And I know where one of these is going to go. So while this clock is going, let me work on round 2. Just so I can make sure I have everything I need. Because I know one of them, 100%, no doubt about it.
Let me
What
just
else
say
do
that
I
I will be
need?
furious if you pick my next pick.
I assume I'm
Furious.
not. I really would be surprised if I picked your next selection here, based on who you've already taken, where we're going. I mean, I would feel great about those chances there. All right, because I have one pick and I'll have a little more time to waffle. The pick is in round number 3. We are going to go to my number 1 ranked flyweight. I had him above Alessandro Costa for a couple of reasons. 1, because he's the man. And 2, getting a little main event action with my boy. And there's a real chance that maybe he turns around and gets a title fight after he beats Brandon Royval. I am talking, of course, Tatsuro Taira. Join the squad in my flyweight position. And now I'm back on the clock again, and this is where things get tricky, fellas. I think we've taken most of the very obvious picks here. And I just don't know where I want to go. I don't know if you guys would take him, but I just want to have him on the team. This is a choice for me because maybe I could get him later. I might be a little bit of a reach, but you want to have your guys that you're rooting for. And he was my second best ranked heavyweight. Give me the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. He's set to take on Janata Deniz. He's set to take on Janata Deniz. It's Derek Lewis. If I can get the most knockouts in UFC history in a striking matchup on my team and may end up being a main event with how things go, I'll take that. So Derek Lewis, you'll be my heavyweight roster spot.
I thought you were going somewhere else, and I'm a little.
I did too,
I'm surprised.
and you terrified me.
I'm very surprised, and I know Shaheen's picking this guy now.
I'm not doing it.
Maybe not next, but
I'm gonna.
But that does bring you up to task here, Heen.
I was furiously researching while you spoke your first pick. What was the first pick there, Jed?
Tatsuro Taira.
Tatsuro Taira. All right, thank you.
Yeah, he's main eventing against Brandon Royval in like a month.
I thought you were gonna go this man. I know you love him so much. I'm so glad that you didn't, because I am so happy to have him on my team. Give me the giant. Give me the 6'7" behemoth. Give me beast mode. Robellis to Spain, who's going to get first round knockout, baby. Get that performance bonus. We're coming for revenge, Robellis. I believe. Unless
someone just shoots at his friggin' ankles for like stupid ass Waldo Cortez.
Austin Lane ain't doing that. You know why they've kept Austin Lane in the UFC?
Nobody thought Waldo Cortez Acosta was doing it either, and he became D1 Dominican.
Mike knew.
I did. I hated that fight from Jump Street. I told the world not to book that fight, and they did it anyways. And that's what
Mike loves. This Austin Lane fight.
I mean,
it's how you book him. It's how you book him.
He's gonna do very terrible things to Austin Lane. It's a great choice. Great choice. Yeah. Don't hate it at all. And that brings you back to the draft position, AK.
Oh my gosh. My best friend, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. I have a feeling this is someone you got 2 picks coming up. I have a feeling this is someone you wanted on your team, but I have, this is a position of need for me, and I might not be able to fill it adequately later if I don't get this chance now. So it's a cold move, Mike, but I got to take your girl, Natty Ice. I got to take Natty Ice. I'm taking Natalya Silva. Yeah. I think if she gets a finish of Jessica Andrade, I mean, this just checks off all the boxes in every category of time for points, except for it being a main event or whatever, a title fight. But I mean, there could be a finish in there. There could be a performance bonus, win over a ranked opponent. Natty Ice
picking against Jessica Andrade.
She's the real deal.
Great pick.
Natalya Silva's the real deal.
She's a real deal. This is going to pay off if Jessica Andrade can play spoiler and ruin AK's whole draft right there. Mike, how much did that hurt you?
Not at all.
Oh, wow.
Too risky of a pick.
Too risky of a pick.
Wow. His girl.
Too risky of a pick.
2 women's off the board.
I think Natty Ice is going to win that fight, but I wasn't going to pick her. I don't think she gets a finish. But what I'm going to do is maybe spoil a couple of parties here because I have to do this.
2 choices to do it.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it right away. I'm going to pick my wild card pick right now. I'm going to do the wild card pick.
I love this.
And I'm going to take this man away from probably all 3 of you. He's fighting in Abu Dhabi, UFC 308. The man who probably should be fighting for the belt right now at 205. He's going to kill a man. I'm picking Magomed Ankalaev as my wild card selection.
Yeah, I didn't
and
care for that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
That hurt.
Actually, I kind of did.
You did. You actually said it as you made the choice. I'm going to take this man away from all three of you. That was pointed and painful.
I meant every word as well. So now I have another pick. Let me just double check here that I got everything that I need. I have to take a heavyweight off the board since a lot of heavyweights are coming off the board. So I'm going to go with the man who will also be competing in Abu Dhabi, a man who's got a bit to prove here. He's going to be fighting with a big chip on his shoulder, a man who also believes he should be fighting for the heavyweight title right now. We haven't seen him in a minute, but I think he's going to be ready to go. He's taking on a very tough man in Alexander Volkov. Give me former interim heavyweight champion Cyril Gane as my heavyweight.
That's good.
Very
solid.
Certainly solid. On the board. Certainly on the board. Great choice. Mike's putting together a squad over there, fellas.
He's a veteran of this.
He's great at drafting. If only his Patriots knew anything about that, they might be in a better shape than they currently are. But, the same issue. He's not building through the trenches. This man has gone heavyweights, light heavyweights, and the women's divisions. There's nothing in the middle. And that's, you got to build your O-line. You got to fight in the trenches, Mike. And AK, you already have some trench work in there. You've got your 155, 145. Where are you going this time? Because you're back on the clock.
I'm so torn on some of these choices. I almost want to go like super risky here, but I think I can hold off. Do it, AK. I can't.
Do it, AK.
I'm a coward. I want to fill my middleweight spot, but I don't love any of those picks. I may have given up some information there.
No middleweights, no welterweights taken.
Really? Yeah,
and no strawweights.
That tells you about the calendar. It's kind of the calendar that's coming up. Getting wins is really the most important thing, right? Like 100 points. The finishes are great, but you want the wins. Oh gosh,
safe
time
wins
is ticking.
Are big.
Yeah, time is ticking down. All right. Let's just be boring. Let's no, not boring. You know what? This is an exciting pick. Man, give me Hamzat.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
And he's got to get to the cage is really the biggest.
That's the least boring pick you could make.
Is it?
I didn't know if he would get drafted, to be honest. That's
God.
crazy.
I still
he's
believe.
not on my board. I have a board.
Wow.
I have a board of whatever, like 50 draft possible picks, and he's not there just because I don't have any confidence he can make it to the fight. That's the least boring pick you could make.
I feel terrible about this pick now, but you know what? It's Hamza, and I'm gonna feel so good if it pays off. I'm going for vibes here, Jed. If it pays off, I'm gonna feel so good.
You shouldn't feel bad if this works. If he makes it and he beats Bobby Knuckles, you're gonna be getting a performance bonus. Probably you're gonna be getting the ranked win bonus. It's just big time. It's not boring. That was electric. It was electric drafting. AK.
You're very welcome.
Very good.
But we continue rolling because Shaheen, you are back on the clock.
I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I'm staring at a sheet. I might as well be looking at Hebrew. I don't know how to read this sheet at this point.
We all have our
this in my head.
That's incredible.
I came into this. Okay, so I came into this with a light plan, and the Isaac Delgarian falling into featherweight kind of threw off the plan. And so I say, screw it. We're just going to keep going with the plan anyway, and then we'll adjust. Give me another featherweight. I wasn't expecting to take a second featherweight, but he's now a second featherweight. I'll take it as my wild card. This card's coming up. It's pretty soon. UFC's high on him. Maybe he can get another one in December. He's also a gigantic favorite, and he's probably going to do well. The hometown boy, give me the last pirate, Morgan Charrier. I like that.
I think that's a reasonable draft choice.
It's a great pick.
Casey didn't give you the cheers because no one's excited about drafting Morgan Charrier in the middle, but you're gonna get a big win. You're gonna get a W.
It's like a -2,000 favorite right now.
Yeah. Yes. You're gonna get the 100 points for the win. So
wait a minute. Morgan Charrier. I'm so confused. Morgan Charrier. Oh wait, was this your wild card?
It was wild card, correct.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Slotting it into.
I don't like taking a wild card that early. I kind of lose some flexibility, but I like him.
That's my thing. I'm not trying to take the wild card. I would have done it if I could have gotten Raul Rosas Jr. and just have the double stack at bantamweight because I thought the upside, but not worth it. That does put me back on the clock, and now I think I'm priced into one choice that I hate, that I just hate, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with the other. So I'll make the choice that I hate because I do. I don't have enough people. Mike has already taken 2 light heavies off the board. Thin weight class, not a ton of options I'm in love with. So even though he is only my 3rd top pick of this division, give me Dominic Reyes at light heavyweight. He's taking on Anthony Smith. Obviously, Dominic Reyes is back. AK has said it. Reyes is back after the 1 win, and he's fighting Anthony Smith, who is very much not back. He's not remotely here. He's gone. So I think Dominic Reyes can start putting together a little win streak and be the feel-good story of 2024 and of my draft team. So I will take Reyes at light heavyweight. And now I don't know, because like the people I want to take aren't even good for me to take anymore because I already have the weight class covered. I think I can leave that a little while. No one's going to make a run there.
Ooh, okay.
I'm hearing down 2. Okay, it's a bad weight class, and I think this has a real good chance to getting me the points and the finish bonus. I'm going to go down to strawweight. I'm going to take Jillian Robertson, who's facing Luana Pinheiro like next month or whatever. So it's not a sexy pick, but filling out the roster as filling the spot I need. Jillian Robertson, you are my strawweight.
Nice pick.
The crowd
on my board, yeah, absolutely.
The crowd goes very mild, and it's back on the clock.
So at this point, I'm just looking at scarcity, right? Because you're right, light heavyweight is tough.
It's a wasteland.
And if one more person's gone, I got nothing. And I think all y'all have light heavyweights, but even just like
no, actually, AK does not have a light heavyweight, nor do you. Me and Mike have them, but Mike also took a wild card for light heavy.
I'm not being left on this light heavyweight train. I'm gonna grab this before the run closes out. Because frankly, I'm not gonna be sitting here stuck with Ryan Spin, which is what that would be. So give me for light heavyweight. I'm going in on the French guys. UFC Paris is gonna be a big night for me. I don't know how to pronounce this gentleman's name. I'm gonna guess it. Omar Sy.
Yeah. Ooh, good pick.
What?
That's a good pick.
Give me Omar Sy.
I think it's a good pick. You are going to know how you've done in this draft at the Paris event. Like when the Paris event happens, you'll be like, I'm either winning by a lot or I'm completely out of this. And AK, you're now free because you're the only one who hasn't taken a light heavyweight. And I got to tell you, I don't think people are fighting over to add Nikita Krylov as their wild card selection. So you can kind of just not pick light heavyweight until the very end.
No, I think I have to because she kind of put a scare into me. I'm actually amazed.
We all have light heavyweights.
I know, but you just said like the guy who I actually think is going to lose his next fight. I like Azamat Murzakanov a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I actually. I guess you all have light heavies.
We all have light heavies.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And Shaheen and Mike have both.
Okay, I will dare. I will dare. I'll just say it now. I want that guy. I will dare one of you to use your wild card pick on him.
It's only me. I would have to use the wild card to take a light heavyweight away.
I would do it.
I'm not doing that.
I would do it if I could. I will fill up my flyweight spot with one Mr. Asu Almabayev. Then.
I love it.
Got a ranked opponent coming up. I think I like Matias Nicolau. Always been a fan. I do think his time is kind of up, and Asu is serious. So let's go with that.
Love the pick. He was on the board. I think it's a very, very solid one. AK rounding into form here as well. But Mike, you're back on the wheel. Whose hearts are you breaking this time? You got two chances to do it.
This will be quick. I'm just gonna go down here with the top 2 highest weight classes that are still on the board. Going to start with middleweight, a man who is back on the books. He's fighting Armin Petrosian. We got the Abu Dhabi card on lock. Give me Shara Bullet as my middleweight. It's a setup fight. And
Very
he's
good
gonna do
choice.
very well.
Fight.
And in the welterweight division, I wish I could go a little bit higher. I'm just not confident in a lot of the ranked guys fighting right now, 170. So, AK, we're going to Canada. We're going to Edmonton.
Damn it.
This man is taking on Trevin Giles. Bounce back fight for one, Mike Malott. There you go.
Great pick. That's a
Great pick. I looked at Malott because Malott already has a win over Giles in grappling. So, MMA grappling, they're basically the same thing. I like the pick a lot. AK, how do you feel about your best friend taking your Canadian brethren?
I mean, I probably wouldn't have picked him. It did not go well for the male Canadian fighters when I saw them in Toronto. But that's really smart. Yeah, that's clearly, I think, booked as a bounce back fight for Double M. And I think my best friend is so savvy to pick up on that.
And Char Bullet. I think Char Bullet low key was like the best pick at 185 because 185 is pretty tough.
I can't believe I haven't picked a women's bantamweight yet. I guess,
there are too many.
Has anybody except me?
I guess now could be the time. No, I have no. You are going to be so sad if she beats Raquel Pennington, like doublet, like triply sad now that she's on your fantasy team. Let's go Sean Brady.
Ooh, filling out the welterweight.
Swerve.
You know what? I want points. I want points now. I can't. This anticipation is too much, and this guy's fighting next week. Like we said with the Paris card, we're gonna get a good idea by the end of the month, like how things are shaping out. I want to know by the end of next week how things are shaping out for me.
Sean Brady was my number one pick at welterweight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great pick because there's a chance he can fight again if he beats Burns, main event, ranked opponent. Like a lot of just solid points there, and I think he probably beats Burns. I think that's a very sensible way to draft. That's eating your vegetables is exactly what that's doing. Heen, you gonna eat your vegetables? You're gonna get a little spicier for us.
I wish she wasn't my pick right now. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Oh man. Okay.
AK has drafted 4 of my number 1 overall picks for their weight classes. He's doing great.
We know each other well. I feel like we know each other well, Jed, at this point.
By my big board, you're doing great.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna just go all in on these. I'm like you said, Jed. I'm gonna know how I'm doing by the end of this month. I'm either gonna win this or lose this by the end of this month. I'm gonna keep that train rolling. Give me another Sphere card contender prospect coming up. Looking at women's strawweight, give me Yasmin Uruguay.
Oh, good pick.
As opposed to the men's strawweight. It's very important to know. Yasmin Uruguay. I do like the pick though.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, do you hate
I wanted that. I thought I was gonna get her in like the 12th round, but not to be. Well done, Shaheen.
The draft orders here are very, very strange. Like, I have no idea what to expect. Like, a couple of them, like, I was pretty sure John Jones, Alex Pereira would be first rounders gone. After that, like, I didn't have Isaac Dolgarian being a second rounder. And I don't think it's bad. It's just not, I didn't see that line of attack. What lines of attack did I see? Because I am back on the clock. Where's the scarcity existing for me now? Women's bantamweight is pretty thin if I'm looking at the board. I just don't want to take them for the vibes. I really don't want to take this other dude for the vibes, but I'm kind of leaning certain. We're not. We're going to stick with good vibes only team. Pretty pleased with my team thus far. So let's start with an absolutely sensational man who will be our featherweight contender for us. I am talking about Joanderson Brito, who is taking on William Gomi.
Ooh.
All Joanderson Brito does is kill people, and William Gomi is going to be the next guy that gets killed by Joanderson Brito at 145. So Joanderson, come on down to the team. And then where do we want to go after that? I have a 155 guy, but it just doesn't seem that fun. This doesn't seem fun either. I'm going to take this is a riskier one, but let's no. We're going to go no risky. Give me the easiest win on the board. I may dislike this gentleman and think that he has done more than anyone this year to lower his stock in all of our estimations, but he is still going to go out there and he's going to shoot 3 takedowns. Then he's going to plant Stephen Wonderboy Thompson on his ass 3 times and grind out a decision win. I'm talking about Joaquin Buckley because everyone knows how to beat Stephen Thompson at this point, and Joaquin Buckley can do it. Give me Numansa. And
wow.
I did not see that coming.
No,
sometimes you gotta pick against your own vibes. And I may not like him, but I respect him as an athlete. And this seems like an extremely clear fight for him to win. And just get me those points, ranked opponent, win. Just fill up the chalkboard with a W for us. Heen, back to you.
All right. I think this is probably a terrible pick. In fact, I don't really have a follow-up to it. This is probably a terrible pick. I don't know that this is going to work out. But I'm not going to lie. I hate middleweight. And looking at, I like middleweight as a division, but looking at what we have to work with and play with for the end of 2024, there's just not a lot sticking out to me. So I'm just going to keep this same strategy going, play a little money ball here. Maybe this guy can fight again. He only wins by decision, so it's not exciting. But give me Andre Petrosky, who once again is fighting this weekend.
Look, you might get 2 bites of the apple, which is huge. If any of these fighters end up turning in 2 wins, it's going to be really, really big for your score. So, look, your team is it is the all-stars of people who are effective that no one likes. Like Omar Sy, Andre Petrosky, Isaac Dolgarian. Like the GQ rating here is low. The Q scores are low, but they are going to be highly efficient and effective for you. So
just money balling this out.
You're getting on the board. He gets on base. What is he? Why do you like him? He gets on base. AK, are you money balling? Are you gonna, where are we going? What's next? Because we're not that many picks left, boys. I think we've got 5 left for AK and Mike. 4 left for me and Heen.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm steady. I'm gonna go with a cool pick here. I think you guys are kind of impressed. I haven't been doing enough picks to try and impress you guys on purpose. I think some of them have incidentally, but I haven't been doing enough picks where I really hope Jed thinks I'm cool after I do this.
I always think you're cool.
Thank you. Let's go straw weight. I think you guys are all sleeping on Jacqueline Amorim. She is fighting Vanessa Demopoulos. Jacqueline Amorim is a finisher. I like Demo a lot. I think she's super tough. I think Jacqueline can put her away and get me some serious points with a late round pick. So let's go Jacqueline Amorim. I'm a believer in some of the hype she's had behind her.
Reasonable. Was I in fact on the board at strawweight actually, because strawweight does not have a ton of finishing options out there. So very reasonable pick. Mike, that does mean you're the last person to take a strawweight. So you have that freedom available to you to not dive in. So where are you going to go? Because you've still got 155 through 125 in the men's weight classes still open.
I got 125. I have Alessandro Costa.
Oh, I in my listing I have that wrong. Thank you.
So I'm going to go a little value here. This might be a little bit of a risky pick, but there are certain rules we have to abide by in life, especially from a predictions and a betting perspective. And anytime you can get this man as a slight underdog, you got to take him, even if it's at elevation, because I like this matchup a lot. Give me the featherweight GOAT who's fighting at bantamweight, Jose Aldo, who's fighting Mario Batista at UFC 307. So I'm going to go there. Give me some points. Give me some extra points for beating a ranked guy.
Exceptional pick, Mike. Can I just say?
I feel so good. That must have felt so good to do. Just to really have this man on your team.
I was never going to get him because I knew if I get O'Malley, he wasn't going to be my wild card. But I think that's an unbelievable choice.
Now I'm a little torn. Although this could be really risky play as well. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and just
all
get
of you have
this.
Middleweights? Hell yeah.
I'm going to the world's most famous Apex. I'm going to get my lightweight off the board. There's just so much unsurety right now. Is Armin going to fight? Is Islam going to fight? Are they going to fight each other before the end of the year? It's just too risky. So Give me somebody who probably is a top 15 guy. I know he had a little stumble at the end of last year, but boy, did he make up for it earlier this year. He's fighting at the World's Most Famous Apex October 12th, fighting Rafa Garcia. Give me Grant Dawson as my lightweight. I think he has a good performance, and he might even get a finish here. I know Rafa Garcia is pretty tough, but give me Grant Dawson. I like it. It's a classic
Very
good, not
reasonable.
great.
I mean, look, we're late into the draft. You're not going to get, slam dunks all that often, but very reasonable pick. Even if he doesn't get the finish, he can get the win, and that's the most important thing. Lightweight was a really interesting weight class as I kind of looked through it because not a lot. Benoit Saint-Denis was the only person who jumped out at me as like he's going to get points. The others are like either they're tough fights or like Charles Oliveira isn't booked yet or whatever. So very interesting to see how lightweight will unfold. I think it could be the weight class that kind of makes or breaks our drafts depending on how this works out. So there's that. But AK, we're on your final 4 picks.
Yeah. Am I crazy, or have we avoided like picking against each other? You know what I mean? Like picking like, oh, I don't think this person's going to win, so I'm picking Mario Bautista or something. Like we haven't done. I don't think we've picked any opponents. We've all been like in agreement when
there are
someone
no
picks
head-to-heads at the moment in time. I thought there were a couple. I thought there's a chance somebody might take Marab. I guess you still could.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, Jed Mashu, because I need a bantamweight, and Marab actually wasn't that high on my list because I have been saying for a while I do think Sean O'Malley can knock him out. But this late, it seems a bit silly not to take a chance on Marab because I know there's.
It's a title fight next week or 2 weeks from now.
That's getting 40 points right away, and there's a lot of people think he's the man to beat O'Malley. So I think I have to. Let's do it. Let's create some tension here. Let's create some conflict. Marab, you're my bantamweight.
And I think it's a solid choice. I got absolutely no issues with the choice. And now that puts a little extra on that fight for us. You and I get to watch it and be like, suck it, Marab, you're going to lose. And AK is not going to get the points that he needs to defeat me in the fantasy draft. It's how fantasy is supposed to work realistically. Yeah. So perfect. And that Heen, we're coming down the home stretch, man. Not that many left. You have welterweight, lightweight, flyweight, and women's flyweight to fill out your roster per my recordings.
Yes.
And you're the only one without the welterweight, so you can kind of hold on that if you'd like. And the same for flyweight as well. So you've got some room to work.
Yeah, the flyweight situation is stressing me out, but I'm gonna have to kick that can down the road.
Not a lot of choices.
Not a lot of choices. So I'm gonna go with lightweight on this one. I don't feel super great about this, but I do like this man, and he is a bonus machine. And I know the UFC aren't high on him. So once again, I'm gonna stick my lot with this Sphere show. Once again, I'm gonna stick my lot with September. By the end of September, I'm gonna have so many points or so few points, but something's gonna happen. Give me Daniel Zellhuber on that Sphere card.
Great pick.
It's a very solid pick.
That fight absolutely
let me down
rules.
once before, so I hope he lets
that fight is awesome. Esteban Ribovich just scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, Ribovich, like that fight's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be sick, and I hope Ribovich wins now, so you get fewer points because that's now where I'm invested based on this show. I got 2 of my final 4. I am in need of a middleweight, a lightweight, a women's bantamweight, and then I have left the wild card open because I'm an expert drafter. I've been looking at the same middleweight, and I can't decide if this is great or smart, and I am the only one middleweight, so I'll keep tabling that. I'm now the only one without a lightweight, which I like that. Okay, we can work on that then, which means bantamweight. I should pick a women's bantamweight, so I'm not last at the dog bowl for that one. And I got 2 choices here, guys, and this isn't the smart choice. The smart choice, I won't even say because I don't want one of you to take it. I'm not going to take her, but AK, you've inspired me. You've inspired me to be a little bit more combative. Let's have a little more fun, a little more head-to-head action. And I rode with her once, and it carried me to glory. Juliana Pena, come on down. You are the women's bantamweight.
Oh no!
I get a title fight kicker here. If she does it again, if she upsets Rocky Pennington, who I arguably disrespected after she won the belt. It just feels like she needs to be on my team. My team is now bad vibes as I have both Pena and Joaquin Buckley on my unit. At least I didn't get John Jones, I guess. But
this is the reverse. Yeah, this is the reverse of Mike picking Aldo. This is like, oh,
it's terrible vibes. But if she wins, and you get the championship extra, it just the same way you picked Marab. I don't even know that she's going to win. It does feel like she should be off the board, and I really didn't want to pick the only other woman I had up for this weight class. So Juliana Pena. And now I'm still going to leave the wild card just because I like that flexibility. It's a question of whether I take a middleweight or a lightweight. And looking at my draft board, I still think I could have fun with lightweight. We'll take middleweight. This is the number one guy on my board, and this could be insanely stupid, but I'm going to do it anyway because I got to counteract what I just did with Pena. I got to pick one of my guys, aka one of our guys, a guy we've loved since before he joined the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
And who has moved up to middleweight and been a revelation. Just early start. He's looking like vintage Tom Aspinall up at middleweight now. I'm talking, of course, about Michel Pereira, the other Pereira. Give me Demolador. He's taking on Fluffy Hernandez. He's got a really good takedown defense, statistically. So if he can keep it on the feet and he can just do cool capoeira shit and win, I'll feel good in my soul. And I needed to make up for the pain you pick. So Michel Pereira, you are my middleweight champion.
Oh man, yeah, it was him or Khamzat for me, and I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about this Khamzat pick now.
Like I don't feel great about Michelle. It's like because Fluffy could Fluffy the shit out of him, and then where are we at? But middleweight was a very tough weight class. There were not a lot of things that jumped out at me as obvious. Shara Bullet, I think, was a very good choice there. So
yeah.
Heen, that puts you back on the board. 3 spots left to fill. Where are you going?
So unless I'm mistaken, 2 people have taken women's flyweights, right?
Women's flyweights, correct. 2 people have taken. I have Grasso, AK as Natalia Silva. That's the only weight class where you are not priced into a choice right now.
Okay. I don't love this, but I don't see another high value target on the board. I don't even really see another target I feel confident about on the board. So I'm gonna just go with there are so few women flyweights fights on the damn schedule at this point. I see Mike stressing. That makes me happy.
I think there's a very obvious choice that I didn't pick here because I didn't want to put it in my wild card.
Well, I'm gonna go with the woman who not long ago we were all calling like the uncrowned champ, the best in the world. Give me Erin Blanchfield. It's a main event. I don't love the matchup with Rose Namajunas. I think that's a really tough matchup for her, especially with the holes that we've seen with Erin Blanchfield's game. But give me that anyway.
I think she was my number 2, and I think a very, very easy choice. Like, I think matchup against Rose is great. I think she's gonna do fine.
I love it.
So that's a steal. Getting Blanchfield in the 9th round, I think, is a steal. So great choice. Really, your team's really coming together. Plus, you got a name value person in a main event. You don't have a lot of main event fighters.
Don't have a lot of that.
You got a lot of Omar C's, not a lot of main event fighters. Now you got one. So rounding out the squad. AK, that does bring it back to you. You got 3 slots left.
Gosh.
Where are we going?
Can I get 600 seconds for this pick? Because it has to be on my wild card, right? Because
it gets harder the further we get.
Yeah, because I have a free shot at light heavyweight and women's bantamweight now, right? I got my pick of the litter, as it were. But now wild card, holy cow. There's someone I wanted so badly, but it just doesn't feel like it makes sense. Where's my clock here? What do I got? 30 seconds. All right. There's some names I'm surprised haven't been picked yet. Do I dare go with someone that hasn't been booked? Where's my clock at? 20.
18.
Might count me down when it reaches 10.
I would love to. 10, 9.
I think this young man,
8,
keep going, will fight before the end of the
6,
year and get me a ton of points.
4, 3.
My wild card
2, 1.
is Peyton Talbot.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I think he's going to get a fight.
I think he'll fight again,
he
but I didn't see that coming. That's an unbelievable choice.
Yeah, he was almost my bantamweight choice, but he's not booked.
Actually, I love that.
Yeah.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think that's a great
He
pick.
picked Peyton
Oh,
Talbot.
that's a great
He's gonna
pick.
fight. Yeah, he's gonna fight.
Yeah, he's gonna fight. He's gonna be a massive favorite. I think it's a very good choice.
I'm so mad at myself. Never mind. Okay.
You shouldn't be, because you have 2 more choices. After this, you will have 1 left. So on your wheel.
All right, I'll pick my women's flyweight. I was hoping Shaheen didn't cherry pick this one, but he didn't. So it worked out great for me. She will be fighting at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, on November 16th. She'll be facing a 37-year-old, soon to be 38-year-old fighter who has lost 3 of 4 and is ranked at 125 pounds. And this fighter has just won a whole bunch of fights in a row, 4-0 in the UFC, about to be 5-0, about to extend her win streak to 10 fights. Give me Karine Silva as my
Very
women's
good choice.
flyweight selection.
The other
now-
the other Karine Silva. The other Silva. Not Natty Silva, but Karine Silva. Great choice.
Yeah, I have much more confidence in Karine, even though I think Natty Ice will still win. But
She's on the board. Great choice.
now featherweight. So we can make things real interesting here. We can do a head-to-head for the belt. Or we can go with a man who, like, Noche UFC was kind of built around to some extent. So basically, I'm torn between Max Holloway and Diego Lopez right now. That's where I'm at this point. I may have just given away a pick if anyone.
Taylor's old as time.
But you know what? Everybody loves an underdog, and as this man has been telling us this entire time, everybody's been laughing at him. No one ever gave this man a chance to ever have a significant fight again after he lost to Alexander Volkanovski for the 3rd time. He said it himself. Nobody gave him any chance to get back to this position. So, 11th round, I got to take Max Holloway. Let's
God
go.
damn it. I was so ready to do it. Oh, that's a great pick. It's a great pick, Mike. If he wins, it may be this pick of the draft.
I win the
he's
league
going to get
if
the
he
fight of the
wins.
night bonus, championship main event. Like, it's an unbelievable pick. I can't believe he went this late. Great choice. I've no other notes, frankly, and that puts AK back on the clock. AK, I'm a little bit broke it up. That was my wild card right there. So AK, you're up.
Yeah, I've been locked in on this guy since much earlier. And since you guys all picked light heavies before me, that meant I could just sit on it. But it is his time. It is his time to get called. I'm Mr. Azamat Mirzakhanov. I just want you to know, you would have been picked much higher. You may go down in the records as whatever the, am I looking here? 42nd pick. But you were a top 20 pick in my heart, sir. So bring me Azamat Mirzakhanov, who I think is actually going to get the finish of Nikita Krylov.
That's a great pick. I mean, obviously, light heavyweight is a bit thin, certainly on the board. Getting him late, I don't think it's any worse to end up with him than me getting, or Michelle Pereira at whatever pick. Like, I think you're doing fine there. Heen, your penultimate decision. You have, what do you have left? You got welterweight and flyweight left. Where are we going?
Man, so I've been sitting here staring at all the flyweight fights on the board. There's not a lot left to pick from. Y'all really left me with nothing here. But there is one that I keep coming back to. And I mean, at this point, I'm so locked into this strategy. I'm moneyballing the crap out of this. I'm just going for wins. I'm just going for dubs. Y'all are sitting here looking for bonus points. I'm just trying to get points, period. So give me, anytime someone's name ends with OV, I'm already in. Give me Ramzanbek Timarov at my flyweight pick.
Hold on. I need to look up if this is a real person. Hold on.
He is fighting CJ Vergara on
that's probably a win,
on the Royval Tesoro.
Yes, right. Okay, I just put that in. Right, yes. I saw this the other day. Okay.
I got to tell you, you had a couple people that weren't on my board. Shade. you really moneyballing this game.
We're trying to stack wins over here. That's what we're doing.
Now I have to figure out if I'm going to moneyball this game, or at least try to moneyball this game, or if I'm going to just pick just pick from the cojones, you know. And maybe I split the difference. Maybe I get a little saucy for one, a little not for the other. We'll start by selecting my lightweight because I do have to fill out lightweight. And a guy who's fairly high on my board, he is fighting in Noche UFC. Not like a massive favorite, but is a favorite. I do expect him to win. Talking about Manuel Torres, who's taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. I think he's going to get the win, and then there is always the chance, since he's fighting so early, maybe he sneaks in there, gets another one. So give me Manuel Torres for my lightweight, which brings me to our wild card selection, fellas. And there's still a lot of people that I think would make reasonable sense to choose here. You know, there are options out on the table. I was so prepared for it to be Max Holloway. I thought I was going to sneak by with that one, and Mike ruthlessly stole it from me. Then I hate a lot of what's happening right now because I don't feel good about any. I'm trying to find a title fight guy who has a real chance to win, and I got to tell you, I don't think Khalil Rountree has a real chance to win, so I can't like pick him for my wild card. And same for Stipe. I'm not throwing away my draft on a pipe dream.
If you really believed in yourself and your gimmick, you would pick Stipe right now.
I don't. And I believe in myself and my gimmick, but that part of it is a lie. And so
I think vibes.
Try to go for vibes.
Yeah, I wanted to hear the buzzer because I'm really proud of us. We've yet to use the buzzer today, guys. So well done for all of us. And with my final selection, let's go head to head. Maybe it's not head to head because maybe this man doesn't end up fighting the man who was already selected by Alexander K. Lee because I don't know, Hamza doesn't make it to fights all that often. Give me for my wild card selection, Robert Whittaker, Mr. Bobby Knuckles in the corner. I feel terrible about this pick, but it is what I'm going to round my draft out with.
I'm surprised that no one went for that. Unless you all thought that Hamza will go out and drag that fight like down with him. But I thought
because
Whittaker could be a
that's the thing.
Pick. Yeah.
I think Whittaker will fight regardless. If Hamza pulls out, Whittaker's just going to fight another dude that they'll pull in and kill him. So
it's 100 points.
I don't feel great about it, but I don't love the rest of my board. I was really thinking about like just taking a flyer on Charles Oliveira. But he's not booked, and that feels risky. So that's where we're at. But Heen, you got to round us out. You got a 170-pounder to finish up here. Where are we going?
Yeah, the welterweight lineup is just not inspiring with what's left and what you guys are. It's
Buddy,
really tough.
Buckley, come on, I know.
Mike, you already took Sean Brady, right? That's a thing.
I did.
AK took Brady. Mike took Mike Malott.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I was upset about Mike. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do it then. This is probably stupid. And this is a moonshot. This is either going to win me the whole draft or I'm going to end up losing because I got a 0 spot here because this dude didn't even fight and I just look ridiculous. But screw it. He's already been offered a title fight this year, apparently, according to the interview our wonderful Mike Heck did with him. Didn't happen. There doesn't really seem to be a spot on the schedule for him to slip into a title fight if we're assuming that Conor's going to fight in December. But let's say Conor doesn't fight in December. They need somebody to come in. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Bilal Muhammad is the obvious pick to sort of fit that slot. And Shavkat's going to win that belt sooner rather than later. Give me Shavkat Rakhmonov.
I love the vibes.
It's a great pick.
I love the vibes. I just realized that I screwed up. Can I change my Robert Whittaker pick? Am I allowed to do that?
No, because
Absolutely
I thought the same thing. Because I think we're going
in the same direction. It won't be anybody
direction.
you'll take because you can't take them. But
no, you.
I wish I don't want to lie in this bed. I want to lie in the Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler will happen. That'd be fun.
Oh, I mean, I'm okay with that.
Which one though, Jed? Conor or Michael Chandler?
Look, I'm not going to give you that for free. You know, you got to pay for that kind of content. I mean, I hope you're right, Sheen. I have no faith that you're right, but I hope you're right because if this is your Shavkat, that would be exceptional for all of us. AK though, your last pick, women's bantamweight. Wait, you saved the best for last. Expertly done.
We're not. You're not swapping out Whittaker. We're not letting you swap out Whittaker.
I don't believe I should be allowed to.
I think we said we're all
about it.
He made his bed. I feel like he's got it.
Yeah, I don't think I should be allowed to. I'm just upset about it.
Yeah.
By the way, so, can you stop the clock for a second? I have a very important question, because there was a moment, and I thought you got to this place as well, Jed. Did nobody pick Bo Nickel?
No. He was high on my middleweight list. I
was so mad I didn't pick him, because he's gonna get a fight.
I think so too. But if I was gonna roll the dice, I'm rolling the dice with Khamzat. That's my more fair. I don't know. Okay. More, I guess, exciting.
I hadn't considered Bo until you just said it, Mike, and now I'm legitimately mad at myself, because he's obviously going to fight on the MSG card or the Connor card.
Who is your middleweight, Shaheen?
Shaheen has Petrosky.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Mike, I'll be honest. That just totally slipped my mind. I didn't even think of him until you said it. It would have been a great choice.
Yeah,
yep. I like my Shara Bullet pick, but man, I was so pissed. I was like, damn it!
I have a lot of.
It would have been a great wild card pick, but it's all good.
Sorry, a good one.
No worries. I had him. I had Bo and just slipped through middleweight and slipped through my wild card. Yeah, women's bantamweight. I actually did save this for last because I do have two names in mind. Yeah, best division for last. I had two names in mind. Nora Cornol, who is fighting GDR, I believe fighting Jermaine Durandamy, who is ranked, I'm pretty sure, in the UFC's very deep women's bantamweight rankings. But I'll go.
Are you saying Cornoli or GDR is ranked?
They both are, I think. GDR
cannot be. Oh,
But I will go with. She is. But I will go with Irene Aldana, who I'm pretty confident will beat Norma. I just don't think Norma Dumont is good. I just don't think.
But I didn't want Irene Aldana on my team.
I think Irene is very good. So this is. I just see 100 points in this matchup.
I mean, and that brings us to the last pick of the draft. And Mike, I think I know where you're going. I'm so confident. I've already written it in.
Well, it is women's strawweight, and I have a choice to make. I have two names on the board. One is somebody who has a fight booked, and one that I feel confident that she's going to win, and one that Shaheen and Jed will predict will win the fight, even if they don't actually believe she'll win the fight. And then there's the champion of the division,
never given up.
Who has not been booked yet.
I will never give up.
Yeah. So it's either Mackenzie Dern, who's fighting Amanda Hebus, and I think Dern will win that fight, or we go with Zhang Wei Li, who is not booked, but they do have a card in Macau coming up, and they have a couple of pay-per-views that are going to need title fights potentially.
I will say I've written one of these names down preemptively, believing I knew where you were going. Let's see if I'm right.
I'm going Zhang Wei Li. She's
That's
training.
The correct
she's ready.
One.
She's hossing. Like her Instagram, she's lifting like 3-figure kettlebells with the greatest of ease. She's got a fight. She's got a fight coming up. I don't know if she gets Tatiana. I have a feeling she headlines the Macau card. I don't know if Tatiana is going to be next in line no matter what. So she probably fights Verna Jandiroba. And I think Wei Li wins that fight.
The apple cart.
But I'll go with Zhang Wei Li. I'll take my shot and see if she gets.
It was a great choice. It was who I thought you'd take. I didn't realize it because I didn't have her on my board. She didn't have a fight, and as it was going, I was like, she's definitely going to fight this year, and that's probably good. Like that probably should be where you should get. Couple of notables. The most notable to me that I realized as we were doing this, and I wasn't going to take him because I backed Tetsuya Taira. I am a bit astonished nobody got on Brandon Royval just because, like, I don't know, Brandon Royval is in a main event against an unproven prospect. Like,
I would have picked him if someone took Alessandro Costa before I got the chance, because the way Shaheen was picking, I kind of felt like he was going to drop like real quick. I would have gotten him on the board.
I thought there was a real chance Costa could be a late round pick for me, and then he went very early. I was like, shit, he's gonna fight for exactly laid out. He's gonna fight soon. He might get another one. He's fighting a ranked dude. He's gonna beat like a lot of benefits there.
He's a finisher at 125 too.
I was like, he might be able to be my wild card after the thing. But yeah, I am fascinated with how this broke down.
I think that speaks to how highly all of us think of Tetsuya Taira.
It definitely does. But like, I think we probably, as we, this is our first time doing it, we'll learn some lessons. But I think probably we maybe underestimated some of the just like getting on the other side of a title fight because we don't know shit. And so like we could be wrong.
Yeah.
And You know, like the Max Holloway pick was so good for Mike because I was like, I don't think Max is going to win, but I absolutely might be incorrect, and then this would be big. Same with like Royval. I think there are a couple of others. I'm fascinated to see how this
Shevchenko. I'm surprised Valentina didn't go.
The disrespect. I'm looking at her name right now. The disrespect to Valentina. My goodness. Some of the other ones.
And Stipe Miocic. I mean, the greatest heavyweight of all time. What are we going to do? Disrespect him by taking the fight away from him?
I'm surprised no one went Miles Johns, who's fighting the human punching bag, Cody Garbrandt at this point. Themba Garimbo would have been a sneaky welterweight.
I thought he was on my board.
Yes, I thought that's where
future welterweight champion.
I thought that's where Shaheen would go, but I do like the Shavkat pick. It's much more intriguing. But I thought Themba's like a safe bet. I think they're lining him up against guys they think he can beat and get finished. Movsar. No Movsar, guys. Again, not a finisher,
I don't want
obviously.
Any part of that fight.
Wow, really?
Same.
I don't think there's going to be a finish. I don't think it's going to win a bonus, and I don't even feel confident in who's winning. I was really trying to stick to people I felt confident were winning. Wins was the main priority, and then it was wins and finishes and the other bonus multipliers there. So
Chris Weidman didn't make that cut, Jed? You didn't have a lot of faith in him taking out
Eric? He's fighting Eric Anders. No,
yeah.
I have a lot of faith in that one. I did look at the Cody Garbrandt plan, but Bana had a lot of really good options, honestly. So it was like that was pretty easy. A couple of these, like middleweight, had mostly trash options. Heavyweight had a ton of like viable options because they're heavyweights. So I will be interested to do this again at some point, next year or whenever. So I think we could all learn some lessons. But mostly, I'm interested in the beatdown I'm going to put on y'all for the remainder of the year because. Let's not lose sight of what's happening here. This is now a competition. Our teams are set. There's no waiver wire. This is not fantasy football. It's fantasy MMA. We have 13 UFC events. They start this weekend coming up for you guys. So we will be firing at UFC Apex 97, I think is the number for this weekend, and rolling right through the end of the year. There will be, you're obviously watching the YouTube video right now. But we have a post coming on the site where you can vote on whose team you think is most likely to win. And then at the end of the year, we will celebrate the king, a.k.a. myself, after I've been victorious. But fellas, before we get out of here, you guys have any last words? Because this was quite fun. I enjoyed it. And I want to thank you all for joining me in this.
Yeah, this was the format. I think is I don't know. We'll see how the scoring shakes out. We may have missed something with the scoring, and like when we get our end result, we'll be like, oh wow, we totally overvalued or undervalued, whatever. But in the moment, I think everything we did makes sense. Like again, I told you guys I've never done a fantasy draft before, especially for football. But this felt like how a fantasy draft should feel, where you get to the later rounds and it's no longer like big names, right? You are trying to fill out I need Irene Aldana. I need Manuel Torres, I need Ramazan Tamirov, right? And that's what happens, right? In real football drafts, if you have a deep league, like a 10-person league or something, right? It's like you're getting guys that you're just going for value. So it felt right. I feel like I made up for a lot of lost time today.
AK, we all know you're being honest because when you just said if you've got a deep league, like a 10-person league, actually, no, it's like deep leagues are 14 people leagues, and then those are impossible. 10 people is fine. You'll have plenty of good players. 14 people, your last few rounds are garbage. And much like all of your teams, they're all garbage because I'm the only good one here. And I think I'm going to go 12-0. I think all 12 of these people are going to win, maybe multiple times. And we'll have to figure out a reward and a punishment for last place and first place. We didn't suss that out ahead of time, but we'll come back to that later. Anybody else got anything, or can we get out of here, fellas, and keep this under 2 hours?
I'll just say that I'm surprised no one took a chance on the Glory Killer. Khalil Roundtree sitting right there. If that happens, that's a first-round knockout, title fight, main event. That's so many points. I just thought somebody would take that chance, and no one did.
So when I was first conceiving of this, before I pitched to you guys the point totals as I kind of did it, because I spent some time tinkering to find what I thought were numbers that made sense, where winning is the most important thing, but these other things do also matter. I was like, should there be an underdog bonus for being not like a small underdog, but like a big underdog to incentivize people to kind of take that shot? Because there is no real incentive to Roundtree other than thinking he will win. But if he gets a hey, he's a plus 400 underdog or greater, you get an extra 100, you double your point total or whatever. I thought about that, but I wanted to keep it simple for the first iteration. But I would love it if in future drafts we could have people picking guys like Glory Killer or whatever, because that would just make this really, really fun.
Maybe we can add a waiver wire next year.
Could add
if you draft a fighter and they get injured, we can't add it this year because AK got Hamzat and he knows Bo Nick is just chilling right there.
I can't believe I took John Jones and Hamzat. This is two things that like could be home runs or could both literally yield nothing. They could yield nothing.
Jones is going to give you a lot of points. Jones,
if he fights, we don't know. It's going to get booked. I don't know if they're going to make it to the octagon.
If he gets knocked out by Stipe, it'll be the funniest thing ever. It'll even be more funny if like that's the performance you needed to win. If you're like, I'm actually ahead right now. If Jones just gets a big win, I'll probably win this. And then Stipe colds him in the first round. And none of us took Stipe or even thought about taking Stipe.
Or I'm surprised none of you gambled on Stipe not making it and Tom Aspinall stepping in and just smoking John Jones.
John would not accept that fight.
Someone would have
John would not accept that fight.
You're right.
I briefly thought about taking Tom just on the flyer that he would be the 310. Like he'll get called to service at 310. But it just seemed way too risky. There are just a ton of heavyweights who are going to knock people out and then get those points. Derek Lewis being chief among them. So, all right, fellas, I'm going to call it. Major thanks to E. Casey Leiden, the man behind all of this functionally. Like without him, this could not have happened. We got to do this in video form instead of the podcast. Podcast will be up on the feed. So if you didn't watch us or you just want to go back and re-listen, you can. Huge thanks as well to Alexander K. Lee, to Mike Heck, to Shaheen Al-Shadi for joining me on this silly little endeavor. MMA Fighting, shout out to you. Best damn website in the whole widest of worlds. And a big shout out to y'all. If you watch this, if you listen to this, if you're reading the article about it, we love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.